How's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash. And if you want one of these hats, you're going to have to go to my merch tent to get you a fancy CashisKingtrucking hat. I'm just saying. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me for weekly recap, everybody. What is weekly recap, you ask? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to go over my week of operating a semi-truck in the United States. I'm leased to an 80-20 split carrier. I don't talk about my carrier. I'm going to talk about gross numbers. That will mean the amount everything generated, me and my company together generated. I'll tell you what my percentage of that is. I'll break it all down for you. I'll talk about the runs I did. We'll go over why I did them, why I didn't do other things, that kind of stuff, kind of some strategy. I'll go over the variable cost at the end, let you know what I break down. I don't talk about truck payments. I don't talk about insurance. Those are two things you will have to figure out on your own. And I don't talk about taxes either because it's pointless. It's pointless. So let's get down to it. Very simple week this week. I was at the home. I was at home, the home. I was at the home for 2 days over the weekend, and I decided to take this run. They called me and they said, hey, we got one of them loads that you like to do just came through and you're at the house, so we're gonna put you on it. And I was like, good deal. I love these loads. I've done a few of these loads. They don't come up very often, but when they do, I like to be the one to do them. Minnesota to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga. 12 empty miles, 996 loaded miles for a total of 1,008 miles. The load weighs 7,000 pounds. It's 40 degrees, and it pays $3,100 for that load. So that's why I like to do them. That's why I always call and say, hey, you got one of those loads, because that's what I prefer to do. But it's getting tougher and tougher to get back to Minnesota from the southeast. Let me tell you, it is getting damn tough to get back from the southeast to Minnesota. Number one, there's no volume. There's just no loads going that way. And then when they are going that way, people want to jump all over them and haul them for, whatever they can get, basically. But the factor of that is now you're not even getting good rates coming out of Minnesota anymore. So to go into Minnesota for a low rate means a horrible average because you're coming out of Minnesota, especially if you're Loadboard Willie coming out of there. If you've got no connections, it's like, um, it's rough because I take a load out of Georgia that, we do like my company does, probably 10 of these a week. And, the rates have kind of always been meow on these, but they're sticking around, at least we're hanging in there. It's basically one of the few things that's keeping me going right now. And it's not even paying that great, but it's just to have something that gets me back home that quick, that often is really where it's at right now. So I do the Minnesota load. That was 3,100 bucks for that. Then we get down to Tennessee. Then we got to figure out what to do back. So I bumped down to Georgia. Got me a load of chickens. Chickens. Who doesn't love chicken loads? I remember me at one point in time. I'm going to do a reenactment here. I'm never hauling another chicken load as long as I drive a truck. And then, I'm eating that. Let me eat that crow. I can't even eat chicken these days. I got to eat crow because, boy, am I regret saying that. It made it pretty rough on me. I got to be honest. Shouldn't have said that. It's like all I do now is chicken loads since I said that. So that was 121 empty miles to go over there to get that chicken. Rough ride. That's a rough ride, empty, to go get chicken. When you got a deadhead 121 miles to go get chicken, some things are in a bad way. So 121 empty, 1184 loaded miles, 1305 on the total miles on that. This is a 6-day week. I did go home for a day after I delivered this. I may have went home for 2 days. I can't remember. But this was 6 days from the time I left out to the time I got back was 6 days. And that was 40,000 pounds at 25 degrees on the chicken load. And that paid $2,000. Yeah, $2,000. Welcome to Chicken World, kids. Just where we're at right now in freight. freight just continually keeps going down. I mean, I'm seeing loads out of Minnesota, people taking loads out of Minnesota now for less than $1.75 a mile. And I'm like, hey guys, you know, what that's your good rate out. What you gonna do to get back? You know, like $1 a mile to get back. Ouch. So it is what it is. We in some unprecedented times. I feel like all the things they said during COVID applies to truckers now. You know, we're all in this together. It's unprecedented times. You know, um, but let's talk about it. $5,100 total gross. My 80% comes out to $4,080. 2313 all miles, 133 empty miles, 2180 on the loaded miles, 6% deadhead. So it's nice to have the deadhead tightened up when things are paying awful. You know, you don't want a deadhead a lot. So luckily the first load was a little deadhead and the second was kind of getting in there. So it all averaged out. Let's talk about variable cost. I spent $995 on diesel. Diesel. Check out the ES Advantage link down there if you want to save on diesel. I'm seeing prices under $3 a gallon on there again. So if you're paying more than $3 a gallon, call ES Advantage. Click that link down there below. Put in your information. They'll call you right back. $139 on reefer fuel, $36 on DEF fluids, $10 on tolls, and $14 on a scale. I scaled the load coming back. Obviously, I didn't scale the 7,000-pound load going down. We bring over my 4,080, subtract off the 1,194 variable cost. That leaves me $2,886. I threw $400 of that to the maintenance account. And that leaves me $24.86 left to do what I have to do with. It's not great. That's where we're at, kids. 43 cents a mile fuel cost. We're just hanging in there right now. We're just trying to fight it out, make enough to live on, and hopefully we'll get some support from our government. You know, it's funny because the government continues to want their money, but they don't want to help us make money. Matter of fact, they're trying to hinder us from making money by letting people come into the trucking industry illegally. That's what's going on. You know, I'm not against people coming to America and making money and having a better life, but do it legally. Because when you do it illegally, that allows people to take advantage of you, and therefore they make you work for less than most people would work for, and then everybody suffers. That's just how it is, kids. But you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them, hey, don't come to America because don't do it the illegal way, because hell, everybody in the government's telling them to do it the illegal way. You know, there's no thing there to keep them from doing it. You know, it's just what it is. So I don't know about trucking on this go around. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in trucking. This one feels different. This one feels like it's no end in sight. There's no there's no real precedent for it. You know, every other time trucking has been bad, financial crisis or, health scares, like a pandemic. Right now it's just bad because the economy is this bad and they just keep letting people do illegal things in trucking and they're not stopping them. So this one's different. You know, almost every load I get now is either it's a day too short or it's got an extra day on it, which tells me that most of these brokers that are going to the too short, they're doing a lot of business with people that are doing illegal logbook resets because they expect you to be there in a time that it's really not reasonable to be there. So they're taking over the industry, the logbook reset companies. Nothing we can do about it. I don't know what to say about it. I've never been this pessimistic on trucking. I've always thought, you get yourself a CDL, you can come make some money. But I'm getting to the point with it now where I'm getting a little concerned about it. I'm not sure having a CDL is worth having a CDL anymore. I don't know. I feel like we're racing to the bottom, and I hate to be that way. I hate to discourage people from getting a CDL, but as of right now, I got to be realistic with it. I would not tell any of my younger family members to go get a CDL right now. And that's the first time ever I felt that way. Every other time when we've had a downturn, it's like, yeah, get your CDL, you know, tough it out, go get a company job and just tough it out, and then you will bounce back and then you'll be making good money. Now, it's just another one of those industries where the government's going to sell it out for pennies on a dollar. That's what's happening right now. Hate to be that way, but that's the way it is, everybody. Sorry to bum you out right at the end, but that's where we're at. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to smash the like button. Become a subscriber if you would. I'd much appreciate that. Come join me for a live show. Those are lots of fun. Be sure to take care of each other out there. Remember, people are more important than trucking. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back. They'll take all your information and you'll be in the network.